what I encourage people to do is find that one thing, you know, whatever it is. And God loves you too much to give you an assignment and not give you the ability to fulfill it. You're doing the most what you do the best. And so I think that's a good word. Do the most what you do the best. And everything else will fall into place.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
We are sitting with Max Lucado. Laurie and I are in Southern California. It's a beautiful day here. Beautiful day in San Antonio, Texas, and we're talking about the one and the most important thing that we could ever talk about, and that's the love of Jesus. We have redone this book. I say we. It is a TBN special edition, updated, 316, the numbers of hope. And Max Lucado, New York Times best-selling author, can you just, without blushing too hard, can you just be honest and give us the facts? How many books have you sold now as we're here in April of 2022?
That would take me into uncomfortable territory.
I understand that. I'm sorry, but it is just facts, right?
Yeah. I think my wife bought 3.
Hey, Dylan. I've bought a lot.
Do you have any idea? I mean, I've heard some published things.
Yeah,
I mean, could you give us just kind of the, I'm going to make a point about it if you'll just throw the number out there.
Okay. It's somewhere shy of 140 million.
Okay. So take us to the moment when you felt inspired to write your first book. There's a lot of people viewing that say, all right, Max Lucado, he's written a ton of books. He's a New York Times bestseller. He now gets interviewed on television and, you know, all of that kind of stuff. That's not me. But there was a moment when there was a little idea, a little spark, a touch of obedience that really got you to put fingers to typewriter. And I'm sure it was a typewriter back then, not even a keyboard. And so
it was,
you know, yeah. There's a little tiny little spark of a moment there that turned into just shy of 140 million books.
Yeah, that's a really good question. And for me, it was an assignment that I was given when I lived in Miami, Florida. I came out of seminary and I served at a church in central Miami in Little Havana. And there were 3 guys on staff, 3 pastors. I was one of them. And each week we wrote articles that would be published in a church bulletin. Most people have an assignment like that and they dread it. They put it off, they procrastinate. I found that I liked that job of writing the small 3 or 4 inches to go in the church bulletin more than anything else in the church work. I loved it, and I would find myself thinking about it often, all week before I finally decided what to write. And once it was published, many members of the church would compliment me and say, "Hey, Max, that was good," or "I like the way you said that," and it resonated in my heart as, "Oh, I'd like to do more of that." And what I learned is that our assignment is often found at that intersection of what we love to do and what people love for us to do. Matt, I've seen you in a studio. You're at home in a studio. I mean, I show up in a studio and I try not to say anything stupid, but you're amazing. Your eyes are working around in the studio. I saw it in Jerusalem. I've seen it in Los Angeles. I've seen it in Dallas. I've seen it in New York City. We've had many opportunities to work together. You walk into a studio and your eyes light up because you know how it's supposed to work. I am absolutely clueless how it's supposed to work, and that's okay. Your spiritual giftedness kicks in. Your ability to manage the color, the lights, the sound, everything working together. You can pick up on things that most of us would miss. So we love for you to do it, and I think you love to do it. I mean, I see you get energized. So I think that our assignment, our divine assignment, comes at that intersection between what we love to do and what we do well. So I think it's a pretty simple answer to our assignment on earth. But I think every person has that one thing they love to do and people love for them to do. And so find out what that is, and when you do, you're getting close to your assignment.
So I've made a joke with you on occasion, Max, that it's irritating that you can write so easily. It's irritating to most of us that you write so good and it's so easy, but you're making a really important point, because when I go into a studio or into an empty room or into an area that we're going to need to do an interview with, let's just say my natural instincts kick in, and I know where to put people. I know where this person should sit. I know where that light should go, where the camera should go. And I've been doing that so, let's say, naturally, that some people stand back and go, how in the world did you do what you just did? And it's just natural. It's just instinctual to me. So what you're really saying and what you're talking about, we're using you as an example. Let's stop using me as the example. Let's focus it back on you. You're the writer, but you enjoy it. You found it, inspiring, and you enjoyed to hear the comments from people that enjoyed your writing, and you actually, as irritating as this is, sit down and just write and enjoy it. It's that easy for you, isn't it?
He's saying that because he gets irritated sitting down and writing something.
Oh my God! I'd rather take a beating than sit and write something. I'd much rather just ad lib it. Don't make me write anything. So it's just God's gift. And if I would be the worst Max Lucado on earth, and you might be the worst Matt Crouch on earth. Is that kind of what we're saying?
Yes.
No doubt. Absolutely. Wouldn't you agree, Laurie?
Yes.
That's exactly how it works, And so what I encourage people to do is find that one thing, whatever it is. And God loves you too much to give you an assignment and not give you the ability to fulfill it. We all know people who do things that we cannot. I've got a friend who manages a daycare. It would drive me crazy to put up with all those little kids all day long. But you start asking her what gets her excited or to describe her life, and her eyes light up. She gets animated. She's punching the air with her hands. She's telling me stories about little 4-year-old, little 5-year-old, how her day goes by quickly. And I'm saying, okay, there you found your sweet spot. You're doing the most what you do the best. And so I think that's a good word. Do the most what you do the best. And everything else will fall into place.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
At TBN, our mission is to use every available means to reach as many individuals and families as possible with the life-changing gospel of Jesus Christ.
Thank you for helping make the gospel of grace go around the world.
Without you, we couldn't do it. God bless you.